So in this video, we'll be talking about something which is something which a lot of people deal with, struggle with, which is discipline, right? And discipline will be made really easy after you watch this video. So stay till the end. This will be a really short one. I'll create a separate video on the strategy and what you should do, and I'll create a whiteboard video like I used to do before. And I'm sorry for the inconsistency. For the longest time, I had been dealing with some mental health problems and personal life issues, but now I'm back in black. I don't know, ACDC. I've been into music. I've been doing a lot of things. Uh, yeah, I'm back. So let's just talk about it, right? See, first of all, you have to narrow everything down, right? You don't have to let your ego get in the way of the learning process, right? What do I mean by that? I basically mean that a lot of people, they think that they are too good to just start doing 10 push-ups daily. They think, oh, I can do like 20-25 in a set. Why can't I do that, right? You have to listen to the fact, my friend, that you are not consistent, right? And this is where a lot of people go wrong. Whenever I tell anybody to start meditating, they say I can't meditate. Then I tell them, do it for just 3 minutes. They say just 3 minutes, and their ego gets in the way of the learning process. And this is what I'm talking about, right? Don't, first of all, don't let your ego get in way of the learning process, right? You have to be open to the fact and to the idea that maybe you're not extremely good at something right off the bat, which is completely fine. You can actually learn that thing really easily in a really short period of time if you just start very small. Very small. You have to start very small. Like, for example, let's take a man who has the worst attention span, right? He has been a serial procrastinator. He procrastinates a lot. He can't focus on anything. He has the worst attention span and he has bad anxiety, right? He can't sit down on the table to study for even an hour. No problem. Start with 30 minutes. Start with 30 minutes daily. And this is what I mean. Firstly, start like really small. Now, the second thing which you have to do when it comes to discipline, you have to firstly find out, just find out 3 things. Not more than 3 things, 3 or 4 things. Not more than that at all in any case. Don't. Okay? Why do I say that? For example, take me for example. I had been struggling to become consistent with YouTube and working out and studying. These are the 3 things which matter to me the most, right? And why was I not able to manage them? Let's be honest. School and coaching, they were bombarding me with homework and lab things, whatever. It was just stack after stack of things. That can be blamed, but let's be honest. Let's look at the real facts. I was not able to do that because I was into too many things. I wanted to learn how to play the guitar. I was learning Japanese at the same time, and I was doing a lot of things that were really scattered, right? And that is when I had to realize, I sat down with myself and tell myself that okay, maybe I'm not disciplined enough to do all of these things at the same time right now. That is completely fine. I had picked out 3 priorities: my studies, my working out, calisthenics and acrobatics, which I do, and the third thing, which is content creation, and I'm prioritizing that right now. And that is exactly what I mean. You have to. So the first thing was, don't let your ego get into the way of the learning process. The second thing has been to find out just 3 priorities and get consistent with them, right? For example, if a person who is exactly like me but is just starting, he has not started. I consider myself kind of like an intermediate person when it comes to working out or studying or whatever. So I have, average levels of attention span when it comes to studying. I can do average amounts of reps when it comes to working out. But let's take a person who has not done like not even 10 push-ups in the past year, right? Let's take that person for example. That person should start with doing 5 push-ups daily. Increase them by 5 every week. And that is how you get strong and that is how you get better, right? Same goes for studying. The person is not able to focus, they are not able to study, they have the worst attention span. Start with 30 minutes, start with 15 minutes, start with 5 minutes every day, and build that consistency. If you notice that you are able to, okay, maybe you try to study for 30 minutes daily for a week. You could not do it daily for a week, you missed one day. That is completely fine. Firstly, you made the progress on the rest 5 days, and on the 6th day you could not do it, right? And the second thing is, that's completely fine, man. You can step it down to 20 minutes. There will come a point, maybe let's just say 5 minutes. You're able to study for 5 minutes every day for a week. That's completely fine. Increase it by 5 every week. You will reach somewhere, right? So don't let your ego get in the way of the learning process. And secondly, pick out 3, prioritize, get good at them, right? Build your attention span. For example, again, I'm saying the same things again and again because I have to explain them really nicely, right? Maybe I have reached a level now where I can study for 6 hours like in one stretch. Now I have been able to work out every day for the past 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, and I've been able to upload daily for 6 months, which is difficult for me, right? But if I'm able to do that, that's nice. Then I can focus on other things without ruining my consistency here, and that is when you actually grow. When you finally reach a level in something which you're doing, and then you step out of that zone and you start focusing on other things as well, right? Completely easy. I'll make a separate video just on how to do everything, all the technicalities, but this was what you have to do when it comes to just discipline, right? This was just a framework, and now I'll get into the technicalities later, right? Thank you for watching. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe for more content like this, comment any question, any query, any doubt, any constructive criticism. You know me, I'm open to anything. I am like your older brother, you can ask me anything. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.